Lord is my. Let me stop right there. I better watch myself because there's a preacher in the house. And all these years that I've been preaching, I didn't even recognize the mind. It did not say the Lord is your husband's shepherd. Did not say your wife's shepherd. Your children's shepherd, or the apostle's shepherd, or the bishop's shepherd, or the pastor's shepherd. David said, the Lord is my shepherd. I shall not want. I shall not lack. I will not be without nothing. I will always have. That's Pastor Richard's translation. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. Go back and read Psalm 1 and add it to that. Today I want to behave myself. Let's repeat it again. He makes me to lie down in green pastures. So why do you have to believe that it's only the preachers on TV that are in green pastures? You can declare today that you're not going to lie down in rocky places and on rocky beds and on rocky stones, but from today onwards, because the word of God has been declared, you got to wake up and say, I'm going to close out 2021 lying in green pastures. All right. Some of us and some of you have just been through too much that you can't even believe that God would open some new doors for you. Oh, yes, He will. He leads me beside the still waters. How many of you have ever been to a nice beach? Calm waters. David, king of Israel, had control over a whole lot of stuff. And he penned this out of his spirit. He says, God, I know that I've been through some things. David messed up many times. David had been through some things, but yet in the spirit, man, he was able to write, God, you lead me beside still waters. You're watching this service live, or you are here right now, and the waters are what? Stirring up. And it just looks like you're about to go under. I come to let you know today that we may all be in the same storm, but in different boats. Oh, y'all didn't hear that one. I said we may be in the same storm, but we are in different boats. And so no matter how much the waters may rage, if you are in Jesus' boat, let me shut up. He restoreth my soul. Woo. Your soul is the seat of your emotions. Your soul is where things hurt. It's not your spirit. The devil can't touch your spirit if you are really born again. But what the devil does is he will pummel and he will hit you hard in your soul till you just give up on God. David knew a little bit about messing up. He knew a little bit about sinning. So when he said, he restores my soul. How many of you know that you may be being in jail and the system will never forgive you? But how many of you know that when God restores you, you are restored? Come on and put those hands together and give God some praise. Not only does he restore my soul, but repeat after me. He leadeth me in the path of righteousness for his name's sake. Oh, let me stop right. I don't even know where I got into this. There's a preacher in the house. Listen, how many of you are trying to live holy? How many of you know that sometimes the harder you try, the harder it gets? You better talk to me. Your righteousness is not generated, it's not guaranteed by how hard you pray and how much you give and all the stuff that church folks do. It is him that leadeth you in the path of righteousness. It is him that makes you not want to sin. It is him that takes out of desire to sin in your life so that you can live holy. It does not matter what church you go to. You might go to a church that has a name tag holiness and still mess up. But David says, not only does he restore my soul, but he leads me
Yeah.
In the path of righteousness. Why? Quick answer. Why? Why does God do that? Why does God? This is first grade question. For what? For his name's sake. You living in holiness, it's not because you want to prove anything. His credibility is what is at stake. It is because of his name's sake that he has to do everything to make you live holy. How many of you can truly say, I used to live what? But now, y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all didn't get it. I said, you used to live? You used to live?
Unholy.
What are you saying?
Unholy.
Oh, okay. There are preachers in the house. Okay, I better watch it today. I didn't know what they were saying. I was just trying to make some sign language. And they said, I used to live what?
Unholy.
Unholy.
Yeah.
But now I'm living what? Holy. Trying. Striving.
Yeah.
God is the one that leads me in the path of righteousness. Oh, I better shut up now. You're watching this service live. People are talking back to me. That's why I can't go on. The preacher's getting ready. That one of our ministers said, he said what? He does that because he's the shepherd. It's the job of the shepherd to do that, to protect the sheep. And verse 4 says, yea. Repeat after me.
Yeah.
You're watching this service live. I want you to stand, do something, but repeat after me. Yes.
Yes.
Though I walk through the valley of the shadow. Stop right there. You see that word shadow?
Yeah.
It does mean that it is not real death. A shadow is just a reflection of something. Yeah. And some of the things you're going through are just reflections of what the devil is trying to make you believe that is right there. He says, yea, though I walk through what? The valley of the shadow of what? Of death. I will fear no evil. Why? Repeat after me. For thou art with me. Thy rod and staff, they comfort me. Listen, can I stop right there? I know a few things about rods. Come on, somebody. And I know a few things about staff. Shepherds use staff to chalk sheep so that they what? They get right in place.
Pull them out of danger.
Rods are sometimes used to what? Hit them a little bit. But David says, your rod and your staff, they comfort me. When God disciplines us, he's comforting us. When he's using the hook to bring us back on the right path, he's comforting us. When he gives us a little smacking, he's comforting us. Oh, I like this part. How many of you have enemies? Only 2 people in this church? Okay. Ever since I really understood this song, I don't worry about my enemies. Because wherever they are, God takes care of them. Come on, repeat after me. This is your prophetic word. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies.
These enemies.
Don't worry about your enemies. Don't try to fight them. God says to you prophetically today, he's going to what? Elevate you. Do things for you in the presence of your enemies. The folks that have done things to me, but I've lived long enough to see them come and ask for forgiveness. And I've done things to other people too. Come on, somebody, that I've asked for forgiveness. My mother's 101 years old. And she's still doing great. But through her life, when my father died almost 40-something years ago, almost 60 years ago, they tried to take her property. They tried to do stuff. And she has outlived all of them. Amen. Come on, somebody. God is a good God. Come on and put those hands together and give God some praise. Thou anointest my head with oil. My cup runneth what?
over. Oh, Lord.
I told you this is prophetic. I know you already know this, but I'm speaking into somebody's heart. I want you to know that God has you covered.